Doesn't matter who you are, we live this fucking thing. This week, I entered the crucible of Warrior Week 49 as a brother. Not a coach, not a marketer, not a support, but a man in search of himself. The next self, the healed self, the whole self, the true self. You see, no man hides here. We are all vulnerable to the depths and darkness of the pit. No matter how many years, no matter how many stacks, no matter how many challenges, no matter how many core fours, there is always someone to be found inside of a crucible designed to crush your ego and light up your soul. This week, brother, was no less than a full-crushing blow to the heart, to the mind. And I'll tell the full story soon. But even those of us who helped start this fucking game called Warrior, we're still just men, and we need a fucking genuine soul-level beatdown every so often. You see, I'm no different than you. A man in search of the truest form of himself in all its imperfect and shiny glory. I'm a seeker like you, and that makes us the same. I'm honored you are here, my brother. And at any and every level of the game, we are all equal through this simple truth. We know there's a man deeply aching to realize himself and serve those in our world at the highest level possible. But this price of passing this gate is being unafraid to run into the place we avoid the most. The price is fully unadulterated, sword-searing pain. To run ablaze into the pit, to light it bright with the nearly psychotic cocktail of truth and rage, disgusted with settling for the status quo, to drink fully and heavily of that belly-cleansing fire, overturning and spewing the lies of sewage we've let stand still in that blocked, bubbling lake of our shrouded soul, nearly green with the past we clench out of pure survival, only to discover the sweet surrender of telling the nerve-exposing, white-hot fucking truth. Willing to die 10,000 deaths to live but only one full, fresh, fulfilled day as the man I've only seen in my dreams. See, it hurts, but it's healing. A steady breathing, eyes wide open, moments unstolen. And then to walk, aware of each step like it was my last. Heightened awareness with honesty, love, aliveness. Arms wide to what used to leave me curled in that musky coffin called maybe. That pearly white prison known as good enough. That warm bed of poisonous comfort. That dormant damsel drenched in sweat from fucking those juicy, self-righteous, pink plush stories that keep me looped in that karmic nightmare covered in fake, empty smiles and heartless orgasm. So you check a box. Fuck you. So you set up a challenge. Fuck you. So you bought the book. Fuck you. Brother, you're always welcome here, like no matter what. But the person who flees from this place will be the man who grows tired of telling the truth, only to finally give in and order that tender red steak of ignorance as bliss, chewing, eyes closed, knowing that kill is slowly destroying his soul. So you want to have it all, eh? Fuck you. You're a spineless twat who doubts too much and blames his family for robbing your precious time. And amongst all this, my brother, this is why Warrior exists. To make it sting so bad you can't stand any longer barefoot on that burning midday road called If Only They Would, and finally speak those timeless words of, I forgive myself the heavy past of which I have wholly crafted. And then, with clear eyes and a heart with space, you speak your next creation with a love so strong, only speechless tear shows itself. Needless to say, brother, I hid for years in my position as a storyteller of Warrior. And truth be told, not too long ago, I was nearly the man who chose to order that tender steak of ignorance as bliss. That is why I attended. Not to see what it was like, not out of some experiment or curiosity. It was to destroy the self that felt the urge to destroy my life in the name of being bored. I will share the full story soon, but in the meantime, just know this. Brother, we're in this together. As men who choose to do life a different way, That different way is not always easy, but damn, is it good.
I don't want you to learn anything about marketing today. I don't want you to learn anything about advertising today. I don't want you to learn anything about technology today. You know what I want for you? It's the same thing that I felt. I want you to feel marketing. I want you to feel advertising. I want you to feel what technology is, not to have it just be this word that scares you or just pumps your ego up because you happen to be good at it. There's an in-between that you all don't understand. And that's my desire for you today, is to not learn some new tactics, is to not learn some new tips that, oh my gosh, wow, Warrior Con 3 was great. Yeah, cool. Got some things I'm going to take home. I want you to feel, you guys. And men have a hard time feeling. So the next several minutes, we're going to dive into some psychology. And then we're going to experience marketing. We're going to experience advertising, and we're going to experience technology. How many of us want to actually feel what the fuck we're talking about? Right? You want to feel it, or do you just want to learn it? Because if you learn it, you don't do it. But if you feel it, you can't help but do it. If you feel it, you can't help but want to do it. And if you feel it, you can't help but be committed to it. And if your shit sucks right now, it's because you don't feel it, and it's because you don't want it. But people think they do because they're just told, oh, it's a buzzword. Marketing, got it. Oh, marketing, cool. I'm just going to come over here and learn some marketing in San Diego. But that's not why we got you here. So, today's topic, you guys want to know? Someone call it out. Someone read it. Operation. Because here's the truth. The problem is you suck at marketing and you're overwhelmed by technology. Ultimately, you can't activate cash on demand, because that's all marketing and technology and advertising is. This is all just words to ultimately have a skill set of, we need to create cash, let's do it. So like, stop getting overwhelmed about marketing, technology, automation, advertising. Oh my gosh. What this is your ability to activate cash. Right now, you don't know how to activate cash. Or you kind of do, but you kind of don't. By the end of today, we're going to learn how to do what? Activate. Cool. The possibility is you understand marketing theory so that you can feel. This is not about having a bullet list of things. When Garrett and I created shit in the beginning, we had no bullet list. We just felt and went. Ultimately, I want you to become a friend of technology. None of us will ever master that, but we'll become a friend with technology. When you're friends with something, you don't feel overwhelmed by it, right? Like, oh, cool, let's go for coffee. Hey, technology, you want to go for coffee? That's how I want you to feel. So when someone talks about a new service, hey, go check out Zapier because it's going to connect this, and this, and this, and this, and then you're going to get cash. You're like, But today I want you to feel by the end that you can be a friend of technology. You guys want to be friends of technology? Cool, because technology is not technology, and I'm going to get into that. Ultimately, you guys are going to walk away with a skill set that is not, I'm a master of marketing, I'm a master of advertising. I just want you guys to be able to activate cash on demand. You guys want to do that, right? About 30% of you are really stoked about activating cash. You guys want to activate cash? Yeah. Whether it's a 10,000, 100,000, or 1,000,000, or a fucking billion, like our buddy Damien is getting after. It doesn't matter. When you understand these things, you can go off and you can activate cash. So let's get into some psychology. What is marketing? Marketing is connection. Oh, you guys got it? There it is. Write this down. You got to get these out of the way so we can actually experience it. Marketing is connection. What is advertising? Someone just calling out. What is advertising? Advertising, give me slides, is about decisions. Now here's the big one. What is technology? Innovation, efficiency, a tool. What was that? Automation, a bridge. You're getting closer. Execution. Marketing is exchange. Technology is exchange. All technology is acceleration of exchange between you and another person, just like what Nick said in his previous exchange. There is no such thing as a lead left behind. Technology is about understanding how to exchange with somebody. We just exchanged a handshake, right? But if we're on the other side of the world, what did Facebook enable us to do? Exchange likes, which is like a digital handshake, right? It's a digital these. All Facebook did is create what for us? Exchange of what? Connection of humanity, right? So if you're looking at technology as this, oh my gosh, it's websites, it's all this code, it's all these things. All this is to manufacture what humans are so natural at doing, which is to exchange. Language was invented to exchange ideas, right? You guys getting this? So what is technology? What is technology? What is technology? Okay, now this is the psychological piece we have to get out of the way so that we can actually experience what it is. Principles. To get someone from asleep, which is where all of your prospects are, we have to get them to change their state. We use marketing, we use technology, and we use advertising to experience and to create and to facilitate getting cash from somebody. But if your marketing and your advertising is not working, it's because you don't understand that your people are in a state that is different from your state. Who knows about the curse of knowledge? You guys have heard of the curse of knowledge, right? The curse of knowledge is when you know something, you understand something, and because you understand it, kind of like what's going to happen when you leave today and when you leave this week, you're going to have all this new knowledge that people don't have, that your customers don't have, that your prospects don't have, that your family doesn't have. And the curse of knowledge means there sometimes is a language barrier between you and the person that you want to exchange with, the person that you want to extract money from, the person that you want to love with your family. So we have to identify 4 key states to understand how to guide someone from asleep, which is they don't know about you, they haven't given you any money, to active, which is an exchange of money. So this is the schematic. We have the first one. Someone give me the first one. The place that your customers begin in, they're not customers yet, is asleep. They're asleep. But the problem is, with the curse of knowledge, you're awake. So because you're awake, but they're asleep, there's already a disconnection. So you have to do what? Wake them up. Hence the purpose of today, which is to wake up customer. When Garrett and I had to put together these videos, what he said was we have to wake the men up for them to understand. The second piece is what? Aware. At aware, eyes open. At awake, they're active. Ready to be active. But at active, do you see that money sign right there? Right there, right below active? That is where money exchanges. So today, I'm going to teach you how to go from asleep to aware to awake to active. First, a little message from a late friend. Please put the slides on the screen.
Ah, yes, asleep, my boy, slumbering in the ocean, my boy. Depth.
All right, let's talk about asleep.
At asleep, you keep it simple. Mr. Rogers was a legend. Why? Because he did what no one else could do with children, which was he kept ideas and principles and very complex human emotions, and he made it what? Simple. That's the first piece. Next piece. Your customers are asleep, meet them there. Lights down. Caught in a landslide.
No escape from reality. Open your eyes. Look up to the skies and see. I'm just a move on. I need no sympathy. 'Cause I'm easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter
To me. What happens when you wake up? You wake up, when you first wake up, you're like, in The Matrix, one of my favorite movies, he's a little bit confused, right? You think when your customer becomes aware, he's ready to immediately come and give you money? No, he's just like, oh, wow. I'm aware of the problem. Now, they're aware of the problem. They're ready to continue the conversation, not ready to give you money. So if you think that, oh, I'll wake someone up and then ask them for money, forget about it. You guys getting this? At aware, they're ready to continue the conversation. Next slide, please. Your prospects see you, but they don't hear you. They're still just trying to like, whew, okay, I see the problem, but I'm not really ready to get in. Final piece. Lights down. when he's down like this, eyes closed, open, right? Asleep, aware, comes up. Serious! What's he doing? He's awake. He's feeling it, but he's not ready to give you money. He's ready to fight. He's ready to do something with his feelings. But this is the part where we have to go from awake to active. Now, awake is a very emotional state. And active is when they're ready to have you help them with their feelings. Help them with the feeling of solving the problem. You guys getting this? Okay. Who plays basketball here? Well, that doesn't really dribble. Who's a ball player? All right, you catch it. Come up. Another ball player. Another ball player. Who's that? Catch it. One more. I need a ball player. Well, if you want to be up here, just get up here. Fourth one, just earn it. All right, cool, I like it. Oh, he was the first one. We got a real ball player right here. This, let me see it. This is your product. This is the ball. Don't drop it. How easy to play ball with someone who's asleep. You can't, right? But you try to. This is why your marketing's not working. This will not hurt. This will not hurt. You are safe, I promise. Or is he? This is what you guys look like right now in your marketing. You're like, I fucking got the ball. I'm ready. I want you guys to spin around. Spin. Spin. Not spin the ball, spin. Now take 3 steps. Okay? Now, I'm going to lay down. I'm asleep. Now, what I want you to do is pass me the ball. On 3, in a moment, you're going to throw the ball. Not hard, but you're just going to pass it, okay? In 3, 2, 1, pass me the ball. Don't take it off, don't take it off, don't take it off. You want to know the difference between wearing a bucket on your head and not having a bucket on your head? You want to know? As soon as you start caring, the difference between being blind and spinning around is thinking marketing, technology, and advertising is going to be the key. But what the key is, you fucking care. The commodity of care has been forgotten. And so you spin around. But that's guys who are in business. Most of the time, here's what's actually going down. I got this idea. I see it. Okay. And then you spend a couple months. I still got this idea. And then finally you come to a conference like this and you're like, you know what, fine. I'm fucking picking this ball up. Okay, I got my idea, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna live my passion and calling. And then you know what you don't do? You don't dribble. You know why Garrett got so fucking good? You know why, though I get credit for videos, He would have done it with any fucking videographer. You know why? Because he spent 16 years doing what? Dribbling the fucking ball. Video, message, deploy, 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 deploy. And then, after he'd lost everything, I was like, hey, I'm broke. $2,000 a month is a lot for me. I know how to design and do videos. He's like, great. Let's go. And he had spent 16 years doing what? Dribbling. And how many of you guys are dribbling right now? How often are you dribbling? Because reps make a good basketball player, right? I'm not a basketball player. I can throw the ball around, but this guy's a basketball player. What made you great? Repetition. Sorry. So if you guys want to get good, you have to start by caring about the people that you're about to serve. And then you are awake. You guys getting this? All right, get your ass in your seats. Give these guys a 2 clap. 2 clap. Oh shit, one more time. 2 clap. Boom. Today, we're going to talk about how to begin to sleep, all right? Because if you guys don't know how to start to sleep, then there's no point in talking about awake or aware or active. Because you know what happens when you're active? This happens. You, up. Remember, this was the ball of your product, right? This is what you're trying to do. Hey, this is my customer. What just happened? An exchange, right? Let me see it again. This is what technology is. Pass it back. Technology. Marketing. Advertising. But some of you guys don't even have the ball in your hands. You're just thinking about the ball. How many of you guys are just thinking about the ball right now? How many of you guys are you have the ball, but you're just dribbling? I got my idea. Oh my gosh, I got my idea. I got my idea, but fuck. How many of you guys have passed the ball lately to someone who can potentially give you money? How many of you guys haven't? Why? If you want to get good at anything, you need reps, right? So I got to pass the ball to as many people as I can. Yo. But here's the thing. See what's happening here is he's passing it back to me. This is an exchange of what? If I'm giving my product, I gave him my product, that's money, right? So I can throw it to you, but if you throw it back, that means I get money. So you might be throwing the ball all around. You might have all these balls. You might think, I got some big fucking balls right now. I'm just going to throw some balls around. Give me money, give me money. And then you know what you're too busy doing? Throwing more balls around. Please, please, I need money. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, what happened to all the balls that I passed out? You need to make an exchange meaningful. An exchange are meaningful when you're ready to what? Receive. When you're ready to what? Receive. And receiving, you have to care. You guys getting this? Good. So, what we have to figure out, you, come up. Lie down right there. And close your eyes. If I don't care, what happens? If I don't care about this guy, what happens? What potentially happens to him literally with this ball? I hurt him. I annoy him. I bother him. I disrespect him. If I keep doing this, eventually, thank you, he's not even within my grasp. I can't even pass it. Technology has allowed a lot of people who are just laying down for you to just throw balls at. But you're not going to get someone to pass it back if they're just lying down. So what we have to do is to wake them up. And we don't wake them up with our product. Right? Hey, give me money. Luckily that didn't hurt him. What do we have to do? We had to get down to where they are. What Mr. Rogers did with the kids. And simplify. Say, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? Now he sees me, right? Is he ready to play ball? No. This is the part of feeling that's so important, okay? You guys getting this? And then when he's, hey, get up. What's up, man? You want to play ball? Sure. All right, let's play some ball. Someone throw me a ball. I got this product. It can help you. Check it out. You want to give me some money for it? Cool, man. Thanks. And that is how you make money. You guys getting this? Good. Get back to your seat. Thank you. 2 clap. Boom. All right, you guys ready to get into the asleep phase of how to go from literally taking like the conceptual metaphor in person that I just told you about. You guys ready to learn how to kneel down, grab him by the hand and say, hey, wake up. Right? Because that's literally like, if you don't, that's like 80% of the problem. Because too many times everyone else that you're seeing around is just, they're just, I got balls. I got balls, catch it. I'm glad you caught that one. That would have hurt someone. It's a good thing you signed a waiver. Okay, cool. So let's dive into it. You don't want to take notes on this because I'm going to give you some like templated stuff. Some like, here's like, do this, then do this, then do this. We're going to cover a little psychology. Because psychology is frankly everything, guys. Like, if you know psychology of how to kneel down and just say, hey, simply, hey, shh, hey, it's time to wake up. Then that is a skill set not many people have. So, production. What we're going to create is an asleep message. The tip of the spear message that you must have is an asleep message. The reason we did these long films is because we wanted to have it all happen in one piece. And there can be moments, based on the message, you can go from asleep to aware to awake based on if you're a product or if you're a service-based company. There's different ways to implement this, and I suggest just trying a shitload. Because it's just going to be about what? Reps. Dribbling, passing, dribbling, passing, dribbling, passing. Your first dribble, you're also a pro basketball player. Your first pass, all of a sudden you know how to get in the NBA. No, it's going to take practice. But if you understand that you're always deploying an asleep message, then at least you know what you're deploying isn't going to fucking hurt them, annoy them, bother them. You know what I mean? Cool. So there's three things that we have to consider. First one is emotion. Second one is desire. And the third is logic. Get back on the screen. So if you see that, you see the how it's going clockwise? Emotion is where you begin. Desire is where you immediately have to go. You immediately have to make it relevant. Otherwise, there's a point like they'll forget about it. You have to understand their desire, okay? And the next piece is logic. Put the screen back up. Why logic? Because it has to be practical. Otherwise, it's just like emotion. Go to the moon. Someone's always wanted to go to the moon. All you got to do is build your own rocket. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that. So you have to introduce logic. Logic is how to give someone your product so that it actually solves their problem. Sometimes you get so excited about your product but it doesn't actually create the solution. because you just think it was, because we have the ball, we have the curse of knowledge, remember? So we're just so excited that we're ready to deploy that we forget if it's actually going to be as effective as it could. So we have to go to logic. So there's a few pieces that we have to attack with emotion first. Inside of desire, I guess I put desire first, but just imagine that desire second. We're going to talk about desire first, okay? So there's two kinds of desires that your prospect have as a whole. The first one is to relieve pain. The second one is to elevate status. Everyone on the planet is after these two things constantly. Status can be emotional, which is our emotional state. Status can be socially. New car, new BMW, your status is increased. Some people were cursed with pain, and so we must relieve those. But when you're thinking about the desire inside of your asleep message, there's two things that they want, which is to relieve a pain or elevate their status. Obviously, we got to get specific into what pain that is, because we can't just, let me relieve your pain. Well, I don't know what your pain, I don't know what you're going through. So we got to get specific about their pain, but that's the first step. Relieve their pain or elevate their status. Hey, here's a brand new Lexus. It shows the people driving it. It feels cool. God, you guys getting this so far? Those are the two desires. Asleep emotion. This is very important. There's more emotions than this at asleep. But when you're scrolling on Facebook and you're looking at a video, or you're on YouTube and you see the new trailer for an iPhone, these are the emotions they're getting after. Put it back up. Adventurous. I spelled adventurous right? Wrong? I don't know. Mysterious or fascinating. These are the emotions that we use inside of our videos. You seeing a pattern? It feels adventurous, but yet it's fascinating. And it's kind of mysterious. So these are emotions that you can use. Okay, gotcha. So I want to relieve their pain here, but I want to make it feel like an adventure, because people want new opportunities. People don't just want to be better. People don't just want to kind of feel better. They want to feel brand new. So what do they want? They want an adventure. So this is an example. These three emotions right here are examples of things to consider inside of video, because today I'm going to give you a template of how to do video. A 30-second or a 90-second video that you can deploy to your email base, on advertising with Facebook or Google. So these are emotions that work well with advertising inside of Facebook. Now, this might not work effectively when you're in front of someone and you're like, they're asleep, and the first conversation is, stand up. Are you ready for an adventure? Right? So this might not be an in-person thing, but today we're talking about video, all right? Because I want you guys to sell to the masses. Our buddy Kelly Curtis, Graduate Warrior Week. Tomorrow he's going to be talking about in-person stuff like this. But we're talking about video today. You got it? All right, cool. Love you, bro. Now, let's get into logic. It has to do three things. It has to be practical. It has to be proven. We'll talk about practical first. They have to see that it works. Plain and simple. Does it work? Second piece, is it proven? Not many people like to be the first people to try something out. Some of us do. Who likes to be the first guy? Try something out? Yeah. Most people don't, and most time your customers don't want to be the first. So what happens when you don't have any customers? Well, the first thing you do is you give your service away for free so that you can get someone who's tried it and tested it and make sure that it works. So if you want money for something that you're selling, but it's not proven yet and there's no testimonials, then don't sell it yet. Prove it first. Prove it to yourself and then prove it to them. Serve. Remember with the bucket? Don't be the fucking guy with the bucket on your head. The difference between a bucket on your head and no bucket on your head is what? care. And if you care, you will serve. Final piece. Possible. It's practical for Richard Branson to build a rocket because he has the money. It's proven because rockets have gone to the moon, right? But possible, your prospects have to feel like they can actually do it. Otherwise, they'll see the dream and they'll feel it. And they'll see that it's proven. And then they'll be like, I can't jump. Right? What you want them to know is like, it's safe for them to jump. So that's the part where it's possible. You want to make sure that it's possible. So these are the three things that we have to actually communicate inside of our sleep message. It's practical, it's proven, and it's possible for them to also experience the solution as well. You guys getting this? Yeah? Okay, great. Now, the trifecta happens at every phase. See this? You see the little lines under asleep, aware, awake, active? So today we're talking about this asleep trifecta. There's a trifecta when you get someone to wake up. Because once they're awake, do you remember when you saw the video with, what's the guy's name? Not the guy in Matrix, not Neo. Yeah, the third video, inside of Awake. He's feeling it, right? Yes, that's what it was. There's different feelings there. When you're just waking up, oh, wow, okay. Here I am. Oh my gosh, now I'm fucking ready to go. Those are, how many feelings are happening? There's different feelings, so we have to compartmentalize these feelings and start at awake. So I wanted to give you this slide so that you know that you can't just go from asleep, dial in the trifecta, and then go to active and ask for the money. Does that make sense? So, right here, we're going to dive into the plan. How many of you want a video that can do the selling, convey the emotion, and get them nearly ready to buy? Right? So the plan is to create that first piece, to get them about 60% there. Hey, you're yawning? Stand up. No, it wasn't even you. It was a different guy, but you can stand up too if you want, man. Just stand up for 20 seconds and then sit back down. Get some blood moving in your body. So here's what we're going to do. Go ahead and turn the lights down. I'm going to show you guys how to create a video like this.
And that book was revolutionary for me.
Significant changes with my family, my wife, my kids.
Down about 18 pounds in 2 months.
This could be the key to opening the doors to your kingdom, to creating what it is that you want so that you can truly have it all. Look, I've been to the seminars, I've done the programs, I've even taught stuff on my own from stages as well, and I've been able to create a level of success in my life. This is just 10xing things and taking it to the next level.
Leaps and bounds for me, my family, my career. People that are looking to have it all, not in a greedy way, but in a balanced way, to be able to have that relationship with what you call God and being able to go after money in a strategic way. Learning to be a four-dimensional man instead of just a one-dimensional man, or an ATM with a penis, as Garrett said.
Getting our relationships back together, my business back together.
I'm getting more work done than I ever have. I've never been exposed to such an immense amount of knowledge.
To be honest with you, I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I first ordered Garrett White's book. I needed something different in my life, and when the book came and I read it, it was like somebody just slapped me in the face with a huge wake-up call.
Things are much, much better than they were, and I can see that there's an even brighter future. So
That's an example of an asleep message that we deploy in our advertising. Now, based on everything that I've been telling you, does it make a little more sense why I did it that way? Who said that? Why?
It's sort of a subliminal message to people that gets them interested, wants to find out why, and wants to find out what it'll do for them.
Great, thanks. Who else? What are you noticing? I just want you to notice. Oh.
I'm noticing, that there was clear indications in there of people's pain points that it was solving already, that the book that they had already experienced. So you were
a little bit closer to.
You were highlighting that the book had relieved pain for others already, making it potentially starting to put it into their head that it's possible for them.
Yes. Throw it back. Oh. Someone else. Right here. Sorry.
So what I noticed is you took him through the trifecta.
Closer.
You took him through the trifecta that you just talked about.
How?
So it was very mysterious, black, lots of lights, lots of flashing, lots of movement. You know, what is this thing? And then you then went into some of the pain. You mentioned a bunch of things. I lost 18 pounds. Whatever it was you flashed up there. Like instantly, I could see people connecting with that. And then you went at the very end from is it possible? Yeah, it's 2 books. Just handle shipping. Like for sure. Yeah, I could do that.
Exactly. All right, so now that we're getting to the end, I'm going to give you the how-to. But I also have a gift for you. The feeling, I said we're going to start at emotion. Today, while the speakers were speaking, I was busy in my room making some things for you guys. I'm a music guy. Obviously, you guys know that. I was up on stage. I get crazy. I already fucking lost my voice on the first 60 seconds of day 1, so that's why I haven't been singing. But it's all right. I've composed some music for you guys to use in your advertising. Tonight it will be delivered to you via bot. It's 4 pieces of music that are specific for an asleep message. All you guys are going to be using it. It's a free license. Use it as much as you want. Because most of you guys really get your music really fucking wrong, because it's like, oh my gosh, that music. Why are you doing like, a wannabe Nicki Minaj track to like your plumbing video? Like, that is not what you need to be doing right now. That is a throwing the basketball at their face saying, let me unclog your toilet. So, put the screen up. The first asleep message is what's called an owner story success. They own it. It's that owner story of success. And it's delivered within 30 to 90 seconds. The first is what? They own it. They own it. It's their, of their, it's their, of, put the screen back up. So you're an asleep asset. If you notice up there in the tiny letters, it's an owner story success. This is an advertising asset that you can use. It's one of the easiest ways to convey. They own it, which means it's possible. Obviously, it's going to be a demographic that relates to the person that you're advertising to, or that's just on your email list, whatever. It's their story, and their story doesn't have to be this 5-minute, it was a dark night in Timbuktu in 97, and I felt so alone. It doesn't have to be that. It can just be like, yo, I was going through some problems with this, and then I found it, and wow, my life's so much cooler. That is a story. That's an advertising story. So you can use long form stories, but we're going to use short form stories, which is they own it. They give a brief story, which was, I had a problem, I got the product, and now my problem went away. And that's it. So here is the first key. We're going to use, that's so fucking small. Can you guys read that? So key number 1, write this down. First key is we're going to use one of the 4 music tracks. Now we're going to listen to these music tracks because I want you to feel them, okay? So, emotion number 1 or feeling number 1, this can be used for a product that has feelings of love, kindred, of hope, of fun. We'll roll the first one. Turn the lights down so they can just feel it. My life sucked. Never mind. That's song 1. You guys get to use that however you want. Cool with that? Sweet. All right, now give me your journal. Just let me see the first page, or whatever page. I'm just going to write it right here. It's very important. Either you're going to edit it or your editor is going to edit it. And you guys, someone on the screen, I'm going to walk up so that you guys can all see this on the screen. These tracks are composed like this. Can you see that? So right here we have tension. Can't really write. I've never written like this. Write tension at the top and resolve at the bottom. So draw some waves. Tension at the top, resolve in the bottom. Inside of the resolve, here's where you put the message. That's where the message goes. At tension, you show a face, you show a smile, you show an image of the success happening. The circle is the image. The resolve, there's enough space, that's where the message goes. You guys getting this? So either you're going to edit this or your editor is going to edit this. But make them do it like this. Make them, hey, put the message in between. I'm going to get to the message in a minute. Put the message down here and put images up here. You're going to put a bunch of images here, but you really want to put some powerful images at the tension. If you notice, there was these. Did you guys hear that when you heard the first one? That's what that is. Tension, resolve, tension, resolve. Because when you have tension, and you have their attention, it creates attraction. All right, let's listen to the second track. Lights down. Everyone breathe in. All right, the second. Screen up, please. Second feeling. I was alone. So alone. And then something happened. And then I felt lost and I was just searching for something. Your product. And then you hear that shoo. That's a 30-second piece. That has how many build-ups? How many did you count? It has 3, including the end. I was doing this and this and this and this. And then this and this and this happened. End, call to action. Does that make sense? Okay. We're going to roll the final two. Lights down. Breath in. Hold. And let go. In a world where plumbing is shit, one plumber has come to save all of us from our clogged toilet needs. Is that making sense? This can be used for something like a service-based business. Service where there's exchange, where there's more emotion than just a product. You could do that in a funny way if you have like a product. Is anyone a plumber here? Anyone? All right, you should probably try that just to see. In a world where no plumber truly understands your clogged toilet problems, one man has come to save you from never having a clogged toilet ever again. Right? All right, cool. Lights down. Final one. Breath in. Hold. And let go. Final track. I've never in my life felt something like this. It's like, holy shit, man. I was so surprised by the time I got there. Man, if you're on the fence, dude, you just gotta do it. So that's the final one that you guys can use. Now you guys can have, there's two uses. You can have like a pitch, or inside of that, when I'm talking, it's actually a customer testimonial, which brings me to the second key. Get 3 to 5 iPhone testimonials. And how do you get them? You first give them. You get out your phone, and you send an iPhone, you send a 30-second testimonial to someone. Yo, man, I just want to say I've been using your product. It feels great, dude, and you rock. So just want to send this to you because I appreciate what you've done for me. So, yeah, there you go. Send some testimonials to some people so you can get an idea of what it feels like, because you're about to make this ask to your people. So the second key is get 3 to 5 iPhone testimonials. You need their face and you need their voice specifically for this. Third piece. Edit the 30 to 90-second video yourself, like what Garrett did in the beginning. Remember Garrett? How many videos do you think you edited in the past?
500, 600. By myself.
Exactly. Before I did video for him, he knew how to edit. So either you're going to do it in iMovie. You know, I edited the first Warrior documentary in iMovie. So like, no excuses, right? You're going to edit it, or your editor is going to do it. The message is going to be in the resolve. The images are going to be at the tension. Final piece. You're going to send to your customer base for a referral. Fuck advertising today. Okay? Use the technology of email. Post this on YouTube and send it to your customers. Hey, I just made this video. I'd love it if you could send this to anybody who might need it too. Don't try to go look at Facebook advertising. I'm going to figure this out and scale this message to $1,000 a day. Just don't start there, because you got to prove that the asleep message is going to work. And if you get a referral based on this message, then that's when you know, okay, cool, I'm going to push advertising to this. So don't try to go and be a Facebook wizard. Just send some emails. You could even do the cheap one where you're like, you forget to BCC everyone, and now all of your clients know about each other. You could even do that. Even if you do that, it's not a failure. So just email it. You guys getting this? So screen back up again. This is the one door. Deploy your asleep message. Use one of the 4 music tracks or all of them. Get 3 to 5 video testimonials. Edit the 30 to 90-second movie and send to your customer base to see how they like it. And that, my friends and my brothers, is all I have for you. Oh.
You can pound the tables, you just
okay.
can't country club clap. Two clap. Two clap.
Boom.
Two clap.
Boom.
Hands up. Play. Fuck it.
Oh, okay. What? Hey. Oh.
The miracle will happen. It might not happen the first time you open it. It might not happen the second time you open it. But I promise you this, at some point this will fucking click and your life will be unrecognizable.
I became a different man. I don't compromise. I don't negotiate. I have this clarity and certainty of where I'm going, and I don't negotiate with anyone.
You can't put a dollar figure on that. And this right here is all the work, all the effort of all the men that have come before me in the palm of your hands. It's an opportunity for you to change your own life and change the lives of those that are around you.
And even in the start, I started to change. There's been a lot of work. I've done a fuck ton of work. I devoured the content once I got it. I studied, I worked, I made it my priority because there was nothing I was going to do that was going to help the rest around me, to be, I didn't know how to be a better father. I didn't know how to be a better husband.
My relationship with my wife is on its peak. For that, I'm very grateful. My business has exploded, and that is because this concept of warrior is growing from the inside out.
And I just would say, why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you take that chance? Why wouldn't you find enough value in yourself to make this decision, become part of a movement, a brotherhood? It's the best thing I've ever done.
It's too hard to do it by yourself. And I don't choose to do it by myself anymore, and now I don't have to.
The results came. I changed. I found my way out.
It wouldn't have mattered what that cost would have been, because I knew there was no price I could put on leveling up. There was no price I could put on my family and my kids and my wife and becoming a better version of myself. There's no price tag. There's no price.
And the best news is in the decision, the change begins. If you decide, your life has already changed in that one decision, in that 1 second.